What's going on, Z Nation, and welcome to another edition of ZSPN. I'm your host, Zaid here, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Rockets tonight. After a long week of no Lakers basketball, after the All-Star break, with the whole Rising Star, with Kyle Kuzma getting the MVP of the Rising Star, and Team LeBron beating Team Giannis at the All-Star game. Obviously, it's just been a long time that we haven't had Lakers basketball, and obviously, as of tonight, it is a huge win for the Los Angeles Lakers. Obviously, they're in a playoff mode. They're trying to, play great Lakers basketball by just, trying to win some games, being aggressive, and just trying their best to just be in playoff contention. And obviously that's what they're fighting for. And it's just great to see tonight how this Lakers team really played very well together, and especially playing very aggressively, teamwork. And I honestly have to say, in the fourth quarter they played some good defense. They played some really good defense. I was really surprised that they handled their own against a really good Houston Rockets team. They really showed up themselves in the third, fourth quarter. This is probably the third time in a comeback win that the Lakers obviously gets a win after they were down by 17 points. So obviously this game was just a very aggressive game today. Obviously, there's a lot of emotions. Obviously, with the whole James Harden and Chris Paul, obviously got fouled out in the fourth quarter, which was a good perk for the Lakers getting this win. But obviously, it was already a win-win for the Lakers anyway. So obviously, it was just really great to see this Lakers team getting back together and just really focusing now, and laying the trade deadline behind them, and a lot of attention in this team, because we could actually really tell. There's some speculations out there that that the team is not liking the team of LeBron James being on the team. There has been such emotions with this Lakers team, and especially from the coaching side of Luke Walton. So but at the end of the day, they wanted to get this win. They wanted to finally start winning, and I can honestly say we can honestly see this turn around once the Lakers somehow just find their ways and just learn how to mesh well together and learn how to play aggressive Lakers basketball. And obviously they showed that in the fourth quarter, obviously with them playing aggressive basketball, but at the same time they played good defense. Honestly, they played really good defense in the fourth quarter. And then we saw some glimpse of shooting abilities out there as well. At first with KCP, he showed not a lot of good basketball in this game today, but he did show up in the fourth quarter. Even though he shot that three, and even though it didn't count because, he shot after the buzzer, went through. So obviously it didn't count, and obviously if it did, the results of tonight's game would have been much better for the Lakers. If somehow that shot was made, and with LeBron James making that three, which it wasn't, it was actually a 2-pointer. So obviously, guys, it was just really great. There's a lot of emotions in me that I just felt that even though they didn't play so well in the first, second, and somewhat in the third quarter, but at the end of the day, they just fought really hard and they just wanted to win this game so badly. And obviously it showed in the fourth quarter by, they were just down by 17 points, and then somehow they just took in the lead in the 4 minutes left in the game, and obviously it was just all has to do with them playing very aggressively, and especially from Brandon Ingram, who really showed up in this game as well. I mean, even though there were some times where he got a little careless out there tonight, but at the end of the day, he showed up and he really played very good out there tonight. And I have to say, he was the main player who stepped up out there tonight. And then we saw some glimpse of, from Kyle Kuzma shooting those threes as well, showing some glimpse of his greatness that he showed during the All-Star break in the Rising Star. I mean, continuing to show that impression that he is something special and he's going to be something special for this Lakers team in the future. And I really recommend Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka to really consider Kyle Kuzma as untouchable. He is the guy who is the future for the Los Angeles Lakers down the line, even once LeBron James is no longer a Laker and just either he retires or just finds a different team. By the end of the day, Kyle Kuzma is that future star in the making that could really help out the Los Angeles Lakers, down the line. So, great job tonight for Kyle Kuzma. And we saw a little glimpse of Reggie Bullock, from his shooting ability that we saw in the fourth quarter. There is some potential in him. I hope to see more from him, even though I'm not really judging him by how he played tonight, because obviously it's his debut at Staples. So obviously I give certain players who just starts with the team like maybe 5, maybe 6 games in that he's already a part of to really give my sort of opinions about him. So I'm not really going to judge Reggie Bullock on how he played tonight, but probably when he's in his maybe 5th or 6th game in with the Lakers, I'll probably give you guys my thoughts, my opinions about him. But we saw some glimpses of his shooting ability, so that's good for him in the fourth quarter. So great job on his end. But overall, like I said in the beginning, I mean, the Lakers, I'm going to continue on saying this, I mean, they really came out and played very aggressively in the fourth quarter, and we saw some glimpses of that in the third quarter as well, obviously, but they played very aggressively. We saw some defensive ability from them as well, especially, the Rockets are, they are well known for their, defensive ability out there with Mike D'Antoni, who has that defensive-minded coach in him that shows that any team that they go up against, defense is their specialty. So the Lakers showed up with that, and you can make the argument that we saw some shooting ability from them, but I don't want to say that is the main reason that they won tonight. But honestly, it was just aggressiveness and defense. That was the main success for the Lakers in tonight's game. A huge win for the Los Angeles Lakers, and I just hope they keep this momentum alive. And hopefully, with the playoffs, it's only in 2 months away. Obviously, they should really focus, learn to play well together, and hopefully they can use this momentum to potentially, just win us some games and get back into playoff contention. And I believe they're in the 10th spot, and I can honestly say they can go through, the Sacramento Kings and the Clippers to achieve that sort of goal. So I just really can't wait for that, and I just hope that they keep this mindset alive, and hopefully with the teamwork and just learn how to mesh well together, they could hopefully continue to give us a type of performance that they showed tonight, but in a much better way, and hopefully they can achieve that. Hopefully, once the playoffs is approaching, in April. So this is hope for that, guys. So please comment down below, give me your thoughts. What was the moments that you liked about today's game? Honestly, I just love the aggressiveness and the defensive ability from this Lakers team, and especially in the fourth quarter, they showed up in tremendous fashion, and honestly, they just really took advantage of the opportunity to really embarrass this Houston Rockets team, and especially from James Harden and Chris Paul, who were very furious to the point that they got in the fourth quarter, it was like maybe 55, maybe 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Chris Paul got a technical for just really taunting the refs. So, obviously, the Lakers got a huge lead out of that. And it was just really good to see that sort of, that sort of frustration towards another team about our Lakers, who are doing very well from themselves by just taking a huge lead like that. So you could just tell by the frustration of those top two players on that team that they were very frustrated to the point that they got fouled out. And one of them has to do with James Harden, who in the first quarter we all witnessed he got 3 fouls in the first quarters. So it just showed that it was just an accident waiting to happen. And I just was really happy to see this Lakers team playing very well, and I hope they just keep this up for a potential playoff, to be in a playoff mode, and hopefully start to win some games and manage their record for a potential playoff contention, hopefully in the next 2 months. So please, guys, comment down below, give me your thoughts about today's game, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers! Let's just hope they just keep this momentum alive and start winning some games to achieve the goal for playoff contention. Peace.